We're live from the garage. Hello, podcasters. Becca here.
Colby Grant is back. Hopefully you guys can hear me this time.
Yeah, we did get some feedback about that, so we're trying to incorporate that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to talk louder. I feel like if I talk loud, I'm like yelling. So, it should be better this time.
Awesome. Well, here we are, episode number 2. What are we calling this?
Patience, maybe.
Patience.
I
Okay.
think maybe, I don't know. We might be talking, and then like towards the end, I'll think of something.
True.
Or we might say something, I'm like, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we don't really know titles before we even shoot it. We kind of figure that out after.
Okay. So last week we touched on Facebook. Right? Facebook.
Yeah, we talked about Facebook and how some people don't use Facebook and they think Facebook's only for a bunch of old people or people that don't want to change like Instagram. Facebook market is the way to go if you have a small business and you want to put yourself out there.
Yeah, definitely.
The second one we did was
Doing it yourself.
Doing it yourself. So don't be afraid to go on Wix, go on Squarespace, go on any of those websites that
Build your own website.
Yeah, build your own
make
website.
Your own logo.
Don't be afraid, because my thing is you're the only one that's going to know what you want to look like. I mean, you can have someone make it look cool, but it might not be what you want. So, I mean, even if you go out and make it yourself the first time, and then maybe having someone go back later and upgrading, but first going out, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Be your own person.
And also being consistent. So we just wanted to kind of touch on this for a reminder this week. But anyways, let's roll right into it. Being patient.
This is Jacksonville Entrepreneurs. Did we say that?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Do we need to start over?
No, this is perfect. No, we're
Okay.
beginners.
That's
But
right.
yes, this is Jacksonville Entrepreneurs.
I'm new to this. You're a veteran at this, so you should have known.
No, I mean
That's
my memory is pretty bad, but I don't remember us, doing the whole Jacksonville Entrepreneurs. But
Welcome, guys. This is
yes.
your official welcome.
But no, we're talking about being patient. This episode, just because I think that's the second thing that comes when you're starting your own business, is being patient, because you have this idea and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, and then you just assume that you're just going to get a bunch of business or clients, which is business, and then it's just like crickets.
Right. Yeah. Don't be discouraged ever. Like starting out, it might seem a little bit slow, but you got to get your name out there. You got to push, and you only do that really by being consistent.
Yeah, and obviously doing good work as well. Like you can't not do good work and then
You got to back it up.
Yes, you have to back it up. So, coming from photography. Can't say that. Yeah, it didn't sound right. But coming from your background, like, did you feel like you were kind of getting discouraged when you first started, like taking pictures, posting them, saying, "Hey, I'm a photographer. Like, hey, I can take your pictures"?
I think in the beginning it was like I would see other photographers' pictures and I'd want it so badly to be on their level, but obviously I was inexperienced. So by doing it more, I gained the confidence for it. But yeah.
No, yeah, I get that. I mean, with even
So I wasn't discouraged, it was just like I kind of just had the drive to do better.
Yeah, and I guess that's a good point, because there are a lot of photographers out there.
Yeah.
And all of them are different. And you've even told me, like, trying to find like what best works for you, or like find your own style.
Mm-hmm.
So was it hard, like, looking at other people's pictures and saying, oh, I can do that, but I don't think mine's gonna be just as good? Or
Yeah, there would be times that I would mentally kind of tell myself that, but you gotta kind of pull yourself out of that little hole in the beginning, mostly because if you start that way, like it's kind of gonna get downhill. You gotta like keep doing it, keep filling it out. I had so many different editing styles in the beginning, and like now I kind of have my style.
Yeah, you kind of have, your...
It took me a while, though. It probably took me a good year to figure out that I really like light photos.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah.
And I mean that's good that you just kept going, kept being persistent with it. And did you ever feel like did you? I guess once you started, were people coming to you, or were you still reaching out to people, like giving them like, hey, I'll give you guys like a
Discounted sessions.
But I'm just learning, like, because I saw one of the community pages, someone was starting photography, and they were just like, hey, I'm just starting, like, I'm picking a free family that gets a free session just so I can practice.
They call it model calls for like if they want to build their portfolios, they'll do a model call, and it's a free session, and you get up to like maybe 5 to 10 images, but it's really for the photographer to build their portfolio.
Yeah. And how would someone pick a family? Because like I looked, and there was just like a plethora.
That's also hard because you're being choosy. You want to advertise like that nice cute little family, and then there's all these families on there that are like, here, mine's cute, choose me.
It's kind of like, oh, I didn't pick you, so it's like, oh, then when you start your business, like, oh yeah, I remember that person, they didn't pick me.
Right, yeah.
Hopefully there's no one like that out in the world, but I mean, there's always someone.
But in the beginning, I did do discounted sessions, and now, honestly, I don't, and I kind of get some backlash for it because there's people that I used to do like really inexpensive sessions for, and I just won't do that anymore because I know my worth.
Yeah.
Know your worth, baby girl. Know your worth.
Yes. Know what you're worth. And someone told me this, and no one told me. I heard it on a podcast. Mm-hmm. They said that I'd rather do something for free than get paid what I'm not worth. So I'd rather do it for free or get paid what I'm worth. So I mean even in the tutoring business. Starting off, like the first parents that started with me, they were kind of grandfathered in.
Yeah.
But there are some parents I'm gonna have to have this, like, I don't want to say difficult conversation, but that conversation is like, okay, well, your child is moving up to a certain grade, they're gonna hit this price point that everybody else is, so we're gonna have to move up, and if that's not like something that you want to do, it's kind of like, I personally can't tutor, and I can't force a tutor that says, hey, that's not worth my time, to say, hey, you have to tutor this kid.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the same thing. The parents have to understand, yes, this is a business. Yes, I have tutors that I pay a certain amount, and they're not going to do it if they're not going to get what they think is worth their time.
Exactly.
So I guess with me, are we done? Or do you have anything else? I don't want to
add.
Yeah, I don't want to like just jump in and say, oh yeah, me being patient.
No, I mean, I think I'm good.
I think if I come up with another question, I'll ask.
Yeah,
I'm one that I'll just
shoot it at me. I'm good.
Yeah. So.
But for you.
Mine was.
Were you discouraged in the beginning?
I think so. I think being discouraged because you pretty much have this kid's education in your hands.
That's true. That's heavy.
And it's one of those, like, especially if you know a kid that isn't on grade level, mm-hmm. so you're pretty much just working with working on the basics.
Yeah.
Working on the multiplication, their addition, their homework, and just letting them, like, when they leave and their parents leave, and they just see that confidence in them. Mm-hmm. So like when I first started, it was one of those things that I wanted them to get all A's. Like, I'm going to tutor, you're going to get all A's, all B's, something like that.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of like, some kids aren't going to achieve that. So you have to find a balance of, okay, are they leaving with confidence? Mm-hmm. Are they going home and say, okay, I understand what I'm doing now, and when I go into class, I understand. Mm-hmm. So I think at first it was just like, once people found out, oh, you're tutoring, oh, why are you tutoring, oh, you're a tutor, type thing. It's kind of like, oh, I need extra money. Yeah. And then it's kind of like, when you start your own business, and then it's kind of like, and no one...
How long did it take you to gain more and more clientele? Like, at what point did you just start?
I mean, when you work in a school, it's a little easier, but then, like, when you're branching out, mm-hmm. like telling people about it, it is kind of hard, but I think